Hi guys, it's Alana with 101.9 Interstate Live Radio. Let me tell you about a new podcast that's out there. Mike Line is a podcast produced by Hype Beats Radio that delivers in-depth conversations with your favorite music artists and influencers every Tuesday. We dig into their origin stories, learn about their inspiration, and ask the challenging questions you want answered about their lives in music. Make sure you check out Mike/Line. It's your girl, Alana Sanders, 101.9 Interstate Live Radio.
Are you ready? Let's count down together. 10, 9, 8, 7.
Interstate Live. Interstate Live. Interstate Live. Alana Sanders. Interstate Live. Alana Sanders. Yup. Interstate Live. Alana Sanders. Yup. Interstate Live. Alana Sanders. It's your girl. Yup. Interstate Live. Alana Sanders. Yup. You're tuned to Interstate Live right here with your girl, Alana Sanders. And who is in the building with me?
I am Will Walker.
It is my boy, Will Walker. Will. Tonight is going to be a night, today, or wherever you are in any part of the world. It could be daytime, nighttime, because we are all over the country. So wherever it is, this is going to be the show tonight. So if the kiddies are in the room, get them out the room, because it's not that type of party. As you can see, we're going to mark this a little bit explicit. We're not going to get too down and dirty. Well, I don't know. We don't know. I don't know what Will might be sipping on over there. I don't know.
Do not mention it. I will not incriminate myself. Vodka.
So we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen tonight, but we're going to talk about some things. If you want to talk to us right here on 101.9 Interstate Live Radio, call us at 312-62-ALANA. I can't remember what those numbers are, but 312 and call us, and you can talk to us. You can also leave us a message. We will get it. If there's something you want to hear, call, message us, or whatever. So, Will, what's happening? What's happening?
Oh, girl. Just out here trying to live in these streets. It has been a minute. Anybody that does not know, me and Alana have started our segment, and when we first started on Interstate Live, we were doing our shows together. Now she's doing her show, I'm doing my show. She's got a whole bunch of things going on. I got a whole bunch of things going on. So it is good for us to get together and kiki tonight. So again, I want to reiterate, there will be a lot of kikiing and foolishness and maybe a few four-letter words that get thrown. So your babies ain't got no business being up this damn late no way. They need to be in the bed so that you can get the tea. You can kiki with us and call in and carry on and do the most. We are here for the mess tonight. I'm feeling kind of messy. It's a vodka and orange juice day. But before I get too far into this drink, I do want to remind everybody, just in case you missed my last show, we, on the sober side, teamed up with the Move Convention to be one of the media sponsors. So if anyone has not heard about the Move Convention, the Move Convention is a 3-day fabulous fitness convention that is accredited, by the way, for all of you certified fitness trainers. It's going to be August the 2nd through the 4th in New Orleans at the Crown Astor Hotel. And they actually sponsored a after hours house segment that I did on yesterday. And it's basically just workout music. And I said, I'm going to do this at least 3 times a week. So for all you house heads, and in Elena's case, for all the deltas that love a good mix of house, I need you to catch me Friday. Friday, I'm going to give you a 3-hour mix, and you can keep playing that mix as much as you want to. And it's going to stream across all 20 networks that we're on. I said 20. And if you don't believe me now, go to the website.
Yes. That is what I'm
20
talking
networks.
about.
So if you
go ahead. I'm sorry, Will.
Oh no. You fine. I'm just letting them know if you can't listen to it on the website, don't worry. All of the shows rebroadcast on it's gonna be rebroadcasted on YouTube, YouTube Live, Spotify, SoundCloud, iTunes, every platform that is popping. If you got an Android or an Apple phone, we are on one of those platforms that's on your phone. So tune in and look us up at 101.9 Interstate Live, and we will come up. You can actually Google us.
Just Google us. That's what I was gonna say. Just Google us, and it will come up. And you
Yes.
see every network that we on. We're excited to state that we are on 20 plus networks, so you have no choice not to listen to our face. I mean, listen to our face, listen to our voice, and see our face. We're not sipping on.
By the way, Atlanta, you know what? I just want to remind you too. We're going to announce this. We will be doing one show a week that's going to be live, and we're going to do like a face-to-face recorded on a split screen because just in case you don't know, Elena is in Atlanta and I am in Cancun. So we both work remote. Her office is in one place, mine is in another, but we cannot let the mess go unchecked. So we're gonna put out shows on YouTube too. So look out for the YouTube shows and follow us on Instagram at Interstate Live
Speaking of the
Radio.
mess unchecked, Will, what do you think about what's going on with these housewives? I mean, they just started filming the what is it, season 12? I want to say season 13. It's been on for a long time. I have to give them props for being on that long because they actually been on longer than some real acting series and episodes. You know what I'm saying? So
No, honey, those are acting episodes. Okay.
you're all right. But then, shout out to Bravo, I would say, for putting their foot down. And the reason why I say putting their foot down, I used to be, and it kind of sort of still is, but I used to be a Nene Leakes, I don't like to say fan. I would say I used to be a supporter. I guess a fan would be supporter, but no. I used to be a supporter of her because I always loved the underdog. In every situation, I always loved the underdog. And so when it first came on, Nene was considered the underdog in all of the situations. But now it seems like she has gotten the big head to where Bravo had to check her and put her in place and let them know who's boss and who's paying the checks and whose broadcast it is, who network this is, that you don't run me to where Ms. Leakes hasn't been filming. She is put on probation for the first couple of weeks and also refusing to film with Kenya Moore and also Portia Williams, who they both have a cease and desist against one another. So Nene sent her one and Portia sent one right back, so they both can't talk about each other. Okay? So what do you think is going on? I mean, what is your vibe about this show?
Well, you know how I don't like ghetto trickery.
What did you say?
I really don't like that ghetto girl witchcraft that they be practicing over there. Shout out to all the witches, but still, it's just teen too much. Right. I think that Nene got too big too fast.
I agree. I agree.
It wasn't even 10 years ago. She was sliding up and down that pole, disinfecting her hands, while Portia was somewhere misspelling words. And what's the other one? The one that can't remember that the Underground Railroad is not underground.
That's Portia.
Which one
That's
is that?
The one you said. That's
Portia. Yeah.
Whose grandfather is Hosea Williams.
And Kenya Moore, 22 years ago was, Miss America USA at large, honey, right alongside Vanessa Williams. I mean,
did you say at large?
All of these girls, at large, girl. At large meaning like just add some more pageants to it so that I don't miss nothing. But all of them just came out of nowhere, Elena. You remember, like, they were nobody, and then all of a sudden, they just became household names. And I think they just got the big head. And now, they went from $100,000 a season to, in the millions now, and they got these big houses and they oversported themselves.
What Nene's making for season 12, whatever season this is.
How much?
2.5 million.
Well, she said that she is very rich. I mean, but here's the thing. This the Tito, Elena. This what gets me a little bit off guard. Okay, you ready for this?
Okay, I'm listening.
The tea is, I personally think the show was better without her.
I did too. I think
I
she has lost it.
I was able to see like the girls coming together and being friends and it being fun. Everybody's kicking their business off. It started to be encouraging. Like, these girls are out here getting this money. They opening their stores. They getting these hair brands together. Portia was popping it out. You know, she doing her thing. She getting the brands together. And now all of a sudden it's like all Nene can give you is some mess.
Exactly.
And, you know, all of these stores that she done open, honey, with these Alibaba products. I mean, shout out to Alibaba, but girl, I mean, see-through purses, girl, it's very Dollar Tree with a scarf to me. I'm really not feeling none of the fashion that I've seen in none of her places. Like, I don't get it. And she just got too big too fast. She got the big head and she thought she was the answer. And she was not.
I mean,
and it's going to come back to bite her, Elena. It's going to come back to bite her. Mark my words. See, everybody think they special until they not special.
So they
you know what?
That, Will, the cast for season 12, it is season 12, is reportedly making all of them combined together $10 million. The entire cast on that show.
But you know what Miss Andy raking in, baby.
So let's break down the salaries. Shamari, we all know who Shamari is. That's the wife
of we don't.
One of the new additions. Ronnie Edition. You heard me, Ronnie Edition.
Ronnie, Mikey, Ricky, and Mo. Okay, go ahead.
DeVoe, that's what I'm going to say. Shamari DeVoe, formerly also of the group Black. Is it Boom Like a 808? They sung Boom Like a 808. I don't know. But anyway, Shamari.
Those were the.
I think that's what it is. Or is it what I don't know. But anyway, Shamari DeVoe, wife of New Edition, what she says, the legendary Ronnie DeVoe from New Edition.
Okay.
She is making. She's making $250,000. Well, she made $250,000 for season 11, and was fired from the show. But she ended up accepting an offer for a day rate pay. So I want to say that day rate pay is like $8,000 a day. Man, let them pay me about $8,000 a day. I would try to sneak on every episode. I'd be like, hey, I give you $1,000 if you just let me come on with you with videotape. So she might come out on top. You know what I'm saying? It depending on how many times she filmed. So she's coming on as a friend. So they took her peach away. So she's coming on as a friend. I don't know if they actually did it because she was drunk a lot of times on the show. It was like she had a alcoholic, problem. So I don't know if that could be the issue too. So Tanya Sam, I actually like Tanya. She the one who actually I think that's the one Nene was jealous of. Nene brought her on the show as a friend, but she is jealous of Tanya. I'm gonna tell you why, Will. Tanya is she's the person who's the educated one on the show and is rich because she's a techie, building apps and stuff. So she makes her money off that. So she's making like millions. And she has her own money, college educated, techie, and baby, she is labeled down and got her money honestly. She ain't been on nobody pole. She just smart. And so I think she got a peach this time. I'm not sure if she got a peach this time. So she is actually going to be making, no, she didn't get a peach because if she's making $150,000, she don't have no peach. She's getting $150,000 and she made $100,000 last season 11. Marlo Hampton. Now, I really think they need to get rid of Marlo. I'm not a Marlo fan. What do you think of Marlo?
I love Marlo. I love Marlo.
I'm not a Marlo fan. So, Marlo Banks. Go ahead, Manuel.
Marlo is what I call a bartender. Okay, she's the bartender of the show, and y'all follow me. She's the bartender. If you need something to be shaken up, all you got to do is order it from Marlo, honey, and she shakes up a fresh drink.
Yes.
Right at the table. You just got to tell Marlo who to stir it up with. And Marlo be like, oh, you want a margarita for tonight? Yes, ma'am. I'm going to give you a margarita. Boom. Here go a margarita. Now what's going on? And she gives the tea.
Okay.
She stir it up. And Marlo, I'm going to tell you something.
I need her to get some husband or a boyfriend or something. If this show is called Housewives.
No, she don't.
I need her to get something. She been on there about 8 years. Will, and I have not seen not one man besides this Paul Wall looking like she brought to the dinner this year. But I have not seen one man.
Well, Alana, we all know, allegedly, Marlo is a lady of the night. Allegedly.
The queen of the night.
Not the queen. A lady of the night. You know, they say she's a lady of the night. And, you know, that she has very, very expensive high-end gentleman johns that provide her with sustenance and coins. And, you know, she's a high-end lady of the night. She's not a streetwalker. You know. Yeah, she's not a call girl. She's a lady of the night.
Okay.
Because, you know, she only date dudes that will buy her Maseratis and Benzes and Mercedes and stuff. And some of these girls really should take a hint because, see, Marlo's not there for the money. She there to keep her Instagram popping. Okay. So, you know, Kendrick Lamar said, just in case y'all didn't know, Instagram is the best way to sell some female body parts.
You're right.
Okay. So she keeping it popping. I believe she's there because she's a good DJ, honey. She spin the music right and get everybody dancing. And she's a good bartender, honey, because she stirs it up and she shake them drinks up and she gets it right and she stirs up all the shit and get everybody into it. And then she goes back and make her money. And quiet as kept, she still got more shit than all of them put together, probably.
True that. I agree with that. So Marlo's salary. They call her the favorite pot stirrer. She banked $275,000 for season 11 and was bumped up to $300,000 for the upcoming season. So, newlywed Eva Marsalis, I don't know what her married name is. We all know she just got married on season 11. So, her salary went from $250,000 to $275,000 for season 12. So, basically...
Marlo making more than her? Is she a housewife?
No, you are the narrative of the show, and the person who is the lady of the night is making more than you. But baby, Eva read Marlo this season. Marlo, she shut Marlo up. She is a reader, so she's good for the show. Well, Eva's kind of running neck and neck with Marlo when it comes to read people. She told Marlo up this season.
Well, you know, just in case anybody does not understand the difference between Eva and Marlo, and why Marlo seems to be like she would read you into a coma, but more than Eva, y'all don't realize Eva is, for lack of a better term, Eva is an authentic straight sissy. Okay? See, Eva came up in that America's Next Top Model era.
Yes.
And she's bisexual, allegedly.
Oh.
Even though she's admitted, I'm still going to say it allegedly.
Okay.
She came from that era where all of her friends were queens because that was a part of her lifestyle.
Right.
Shout out to the queens, happy Pride Month.
Right.
She came up in that era. So she will go toe to toe with gay men, which is a hard task because I'm a gay man. And the one thing you don't want to do with me is get into a reading session. Because I will read the blood out of your eyes. I will read you until you have a migraine. I will read you until Jesus turns black on that white photograph. Okay?
He become Black Jesus.
I will read you into... Huh?
He gonna become Black Jesus.
Yes, ma'am.
Like on Good Times.
Yes, ma'am, girl. I tell him, Elena, don't get into it with me, baby, because I will read you until they would have to come in here and quarantine this house. I will read you till ants come through the vents, honey. It will be a quarantine.
But
Because
baby,
you know how I tell kids up on Facebook. So all y'all that don't like what I'm saying, stay out of my inbox on Facebook.
she
That's all I'm gonna
played
tell
the
you.
heck out of
'Cause,
Marlo, baby.
girl,
I
you
don't
know,
know. I want to know what episode
I
that
stopped watching
was.
for a minute. Tell me what happened, because you know I missed it.
Oh, okay. So they were actually on in China. So Eva was, wanted a girl getaway before she got married. So it was kind of like her bachelorette party in China, where she invited all the girls to China. Or was it? It was China. I think it was China. Yeah. It was one of the Asian countries. I want to say it was China. So was it Thailand? But anyway, one of them Asian countries. She invited them all there. So they're on the bus. So the whole time, Marlo loves picking on Eva. So the whole season, it was just like, pick on Eva, pick on Eva, pick on Eva. So Eva basically got tired of it. So she wanted to say, Eva want to call herself a model, but she's, you're not looking like model material. And so basically Eva said, I don't have to look like model material because I look like this. I don't have to dress up like you for you to look like that because I look like this. And basically she was trying to Joan Eva's shoes she had on. So Eva had on some flats, but they were designer flats. And so Eva read her on all her labels, and Marlo was trying to read Eva on labels. So, with Eva being a model, she knows more labels than Marlo. Marlo just knows the certain ones that that's maybe popular, but Eva has worn these labels. Okay? So, and like Eva said, you paid for yours. Mine was given to me because of what I do. I didn't have to pay for it. You paid for yours. So she talked about, for some strange reason, Will, Marlo wore these wigs in China that were not attached to her head. I have never seen Marlo come out like that. Every wig she wore in China was almost about to fall off her head. So that gave Eva more ammunition to talk about her and read her. But you have to go. I want to say it was like episode 9 or 8. I'm gonna send it to you. What I mean, but matter of fact, you could go on YouTube and just type in Eva read Marlo, or just put it in the Google search. It will come up. It's all over. When I mean she read her for filth, Marlo couldn't say nothing but sit there and chew her piece of gum. And all the other housewives on there cracking up. They was like, it was time for her to get it. She got a good taste of her medicine. I'm going to send it to you. But moving on to the other salaries. You got Portia Williams. Season 11, she made $1.25 million. $1.25 million. Ooh. Yeah, in season 12, they gave her a little bit of raise. She has 1.3. And if you're in the millions, that little small little piece can be some chunk change. So she had got a raise to 1.3 million. So Cynthia Bailey, so she made 1.75. Wow, I didn't know Cynthia was getting that much. Cynthia made 1.7 million for season 11, and now she was raised up to 1.8 million for season 12. So it says said, of course, she's going to have to show more of her relationship with her boyfriend. She's dating a well-known sportscaster. I want to say something on CNN or, ESPN or one of those shows. So she's dating him. That could potentially look like they might be getting engaged in marriage, because he did say if he wanted to marry anybody, he's going to marry Cynthia. So, of course, she's got to show more of her life. And that's why she's getting that raise. So, Candy, here we go. So, Candy is the second to the highest paid under Nene. And Candy is the richest on the show.
In real life. In real life,
she's the richest on the show anyway. So, Candy made $2.2 million last season. For this season, they raised her up to $2.3 million. Not too shabby. I think they could have gave her a little bit more, because based on some of the stats, well, no, it's probably consistent. So from 2.2 to 2.3. I'm surprised it's
over 2.
Huh?
I'm surprised it's even over 2 million, but go ahead.
Well, you have to realize she is one of the most popular on the show, and Candy has a huge following. Everybody on here, she has a huge following. They can follow her with Escape because they still touring and doing other things. And Candy is probably the only one on the show. This is why I admire her. That has probably made 5,000 businesses since she's been on Housewives. So everything that happens in Candy life, Candy turns it into a business. When Portia talked about she had a dungeon, what she did, she created a dungeon party now, Will, that's on tour. It's on tour. She said, okay, she got a dungeon party that's on tour. She has 4 restaurants. Also has a restaurant inside of the Georgia Dome. Okay?
Yeah.
So she has a little bit more that she showcase her restaurant. She has a dungeon thing on tour, and you might as well call her the Mary Kay of sex, because she has thousands of women selling bedroom candy, and she created all of these businesses while she was on Housewives, and she opened up her new studio and office downtown while she was on Housewives.
Girl, wait a minute, girl. Oh, you're so messy, girl. You call her the Mary Kay of sex. Oh my God. She is the affiliate marketing of dildos.
Yeah, so I said the Mary Kay of sex, because it's just like the structure, because Mary Kay really was the one who was really successful with that structuring of the pyramid marketing, to where you have people selling your products and it goes up the ladder and you win a car and you win stuff. So she has thousands of women, and she has major conferences. Like Mary Kay have conferences every year with all their distributor, well, I wouldn't say distributor, people who sell a product. Candy has it. And how we know, remember, we had the speaker for the conference. Remember, we were talking to her. I don't know if you was in Cancun.com. We actually had the speaker for her conference on our show, the sex therapist. Remember?
I remember, girl.
Yes.
Now, and just in case anybody is wondering, networth.com as well as heavy.com is saying that Candy is worth $35 million.
Baby.
And if people are wondering why this girl got so much money, y'all have to keep in consideration, Candy was the most humble girl out of all of the Escape girls. She was the only one that stayed humble until Candy lived in the same house in Atlanta for 20 years. It was the first house she ever bought. She lived in that house for almost 20 years, and the house was paid for. Mm-hmm. She lived in that house for 20 years and stacked her money. She was grinding that money, and she lived very humbly. She was the first house that she ever bought after the Escaped house was that 2x, I call it a 2x2, honey. It's that 2x2. It's 2 houses on one lot, baby.
And she bought, it was in foreclosure, wasn't it? She
wrote a check for it.
Yeah.
She wrote a check for $500,000 and bought both of those houses.
2
cash.
houses,
Okay?
baby. She's smart. She's smart and has an inside pool and everything. She's smart.
The second house is officially officially a guest house, but it's a house. Okay. And just to let y'all know, like, this girl is not a game. She is a media mogul. She is about her money. She is on the grind. And Candy is cheap. And Candy is one of those girls, and I don't say cheap in a bad way. Candy is like, listen, I'm not going broke wearing Gucci every day so that y'all can see it.
Okay.
I'm going to make a prediction. Would you like me to put my
Go ahead, put your Dougie and Walker spin on it.
I'm going to tell you something. There's some girls that I believe that's going to go broke very soon.
Really?
One of those girls that I think is going to be in bankruptcy. If anything go wrong, she's going to be in bankruptcy. Miss Very, Very Rich. Nene is going to be in bankruptcy. Mind my word. Because she spends way too much money.
Budget.
And contrary to what anybody believes, she don't make as much money as she seems like she do. $2.5 million a year seems like a lot of money, y'all. I know it seems like a lot of money, but guess what? It's really not.
If you live
When
in
you
a
got a
building, it is.
driver, 3 assistants, you got houses on multiple coasts, you got rent, light, water, gas, utilities, cell phone, insurance, overhead, 3 employees per location, 2 locations, commercial buildings, houses, condos,
She
a
has
sick
three
husband
now.
that
She
you
has
take
one in
care of.
Miami.
Exactly. You got a sick husband that you take care of. You got a lot of stuff that's going on. When you got $50,000 to $100,000 a month going out of your pocket before you make money, you're not making as much money as you think you are.
Mm-hmm.
You only one check or one transaction away from being broke. And black people, I'm gonna tell y'all something. People of color, whether it's black, Puerto Rican, Dominican, French, navy blue, gray, lavender, whatever color you are besides white, what we got to understand is this. Stop living to please other people. And
Right.
90% of the time, these are the people that don't give a damn about you. If you
That's
died
right.
tomorrow, they would mention you and say, I remember that girl that had that funny colored hair. What's that girl that used to drive that car that used to live around the corner from my cousin? Used to be on that show. They're not going to even remember your name.
Exactly.
Get your
Exactly.
money. When get your money, buy you something cash first.
Mm-hmm.
Buy you a cash car first. Furnish your house completely first. Because if push come to shove, and my daddy told me, it's the late Will Walker, honey. My daddy told me this. My daddy said, when you get some money, you buy you a house cash, a car cash, and you furnish your house. And you put you some money in savings. And then you take all the chances you want to take. Because if the worst thing in the world happened and you lose everything, you can take your ass home and watch TV till shit get better.
Yes, you can.
If you ain't got nothing paid for and you out here balling, buying Gucci and spending $100,000 in the club when you could have went to Atlantic Station, bought you a foreclosed condo
Mm-hmm.
and put it on Airbnb. So when your shit get tight, if some shit get tight, you can go and have you a place to stay. And yeah, you may not be driving a Bentley, but you got a brand new paid for Toyota Camry. You can start over.
Sure can. You sure can.
That's why people that was reading Kendrick Lamar, because he bought his sister a brand new Camry as a high school gift, telling y'all that he could have been such and such and such. But guess what, baby? He not finna buy her no $50,000 car when he could spend $50,000 and send her to college and then buy her a $20,000
Oh,
car.
okay. Speak
See,
it.
worry about the wrong thing. You spend
Okay.
100 G's in the club. Do you know with 100 G's, I have fight because anyone that doesn't know, I'm a commercial banker during the day. Anyone that doesn't understand, with $100,000, you could buy $1 million property commercial that already has a rent roll. While you throwing away $100,000 in the strip club to prove to a bunch of other colored folk that's broke too that you got money. You're not proving that you got money by spending it.
Mm-mm. Well,
That's what
Candy,
poor people do.
Candy making 2.2. Well, 2.3 and 12. So here we go. The I'm rich bitch. The one you just talked about.
I am very rich. Go ahead.
Nene Leakes in season 11, she made 2.75 million. So, she is cashing in season 12 at 2.85 million. So she received a major increase to anybody on this show. 2.75 to 2.85 million for the upcoming season. Nene,
Well, that's only 100.
Nene deal is locked in for 3 more seasons. So the drama in Atlanta is far from over. So she's locked in for 3 more seasons. Here we go. Our twirl friend, Miss Kenya Moore Daly, is coming on back. She's twirling on back for season 12. As we know, she took off after 10 to become a housewife and do her thing and raise her beautiful baby. Her gorgeous baby with her handsome husband, baby. Let's Kenya in season 10, check this out, Will, made $1.5 million. Now, the story out is, now she said this is not true. Went on IG and said that is not true based on what's radar.com and all these people posting. She stated that it states that she's making $500,000 for season 12. I can see Bravo actually paying her that because of them being upset with her in season 10. She went on and got married secretly, did not showcase her marriage. So Bravo couldn't cover that. She did not showcase her pregnancy. So, Bravo didn't get a chance to cover all of that. So in her contract, she's supposed to showcase her life. So I can see them coming in, cutting her salary in half, saying because shortchanged us in season 10 and all these life stories that could have really made us a lot of more money, we didn't get all that information. And she shut it down. Now I get Kenya Moore's reason for doing that. Kenya is serious about her marriage. She's serious about her baby. This is what she's been wanting for all. We heard her talk about it since she's been on the show. This is all she has wanted, and now that she has received it, she is just protecting it. I get it, but also you did sign up for them to follow your lifestyle. So if this is true that she's making $500,000 for season 12, I really kind of believe it based on what happened from season 10. I really sort of believe it. So,
and here's the caveat to that, Alana. This is what everybody got to keep in consideration. And I know y'all think that money is everything, but it's not. Mm-hmm. Okay? There are some things that are not for sale. And what she got in exchange for that other probably $500,000 that she can make on her damn own, by the way.
Sure can.
Okay? She's out here. She got Kenya Moore products inside of Sally's.
Yes, come through, Kenya.
Natural hair product. Kenya Moore has products inside of Sally's, which, by the way, I live in Mexico. Just anyone that doesn't know, my primary residence is in Cancun. Sally's here carries her products. Yeah. Okay. So what you're going to have to realize is that Sally's may not be a major brand where you are, but it's a big brand all over the world that does what they're doing. She's hustling and getting her money. $500,000 extra dollars is really not going to hurt her.
Right.
See, so it's better to be a real housewife and have a baby and a husband and a life rather than have what the other people on the show have.
And her husband owns restaurants in New York.
Because, see, Kenya has what everyone else was searching to have.
Yes.
Nene's marriage is failing. Portia is in a relationship with a man that allegedly, according to Unwind with Tasha K, has fetishes for animal sex and has a woman in the Dominican Republic or some other island. Listen, the source is Unwind with Tasha K. If you want to blame somebody, blame her. I'm saying alleged.
She does her research, okay?
and her sources are real. I cannot verify her sources because I'm not her source, but I will say this. Tasha K be on point. Portia, her life ain't what she wanted it to be. She got a baby, but now she ain't got no man. Okay? Eva is battling her own demons. Nene is battling her own demons. BBD, or Belleville DeVoe wife, I don't know what the hell she's doing. I can feel that. Phaedra is out here chasing her dreams.
She is coming back, her and Apollo. We forgot
Phaedra is being... Well, honey, here's the thing. Phaedra out here chasing her dreams of being a 70-year-old model. Apollo and came out. You always get so mad at me. You invited the show, and then you thought I told y'all put your goddamn kids in the bed. Phaedra out here want to be a 70-year-old model.
Phaedra is selling vaginal wipes, okay, called something with a peach. Get your peach clean.
Well, honey, that was the running joke on the show that her coochie was popping all the time. They used to say that coochie was fuming.
I'm not saying that happened. And let me put my disclaimer. I know people of Phaedra's family, so this is not anything personal. So I love y'all dearly. This is what we on the show. All right. So
I'm
I can
repeating
say
what was
this.
said on the show. It is not my opinion. I ain't never smelled her coochie. I don't know.
Mm, I do know from a female perspective. I don't know, about that, but from a female perspective, wearing tight clothes can cause that all the time if you're wearing
Mm-hmm.
tight clothes and no air is getting to the right areas.
Oh. Uh, I'm sorry, girl. Girl, I'm sorry. I don't know what to say to that. Like,
Are
I
you
got a penis, girl.
speechless?
I'm kind of like wiping go. I
No,
don't
my,
know. I don't
my
really know.
gynecologist told me this when I was young, long time ago. They was like, there's many things that could cause those situations, infections. When girls
Mm-hmm.
wear panties that are not lined, that's why they have panty liners. When you wear nylon underwear and it doesn't have a cotton liner to basically keep that, area dry. When you wear tight clothing all the time and you're not allowing
Mm-hmm.
it to breathe, or if you work out a
Mm-hmm.
lot and you constantly in wet clothes
Mm-hmm.
and you're keeping it wet down there, too much moisture. Those are
Mm-hmm.
things that can happen.
That's no,
And if your pH is off
basically you saying
and you don't eat right.
so basically so basically you saying women should stop bragging about how wet it be all the time because that's really a disorder.
That's not what I said.
You know, because no, because no, this is a grown show. Because women be bragging, talking about, yes, I'm always wet. I don't know whether always wet is sanitary.
No, it's not. Because if you always wet, you might need to
It,
go get you an appointment. You might call
if
me
it's
for an appointment.
always wet,
Because
what that sounds like is discharge.
Oh
Girl,
my god! But that's why it's
even
important to
men.
always wear. This is our health. What do we call it? Our health PSA of the day for vaginal situations. That's why it's always important to wear a panty liner.
And be
We need a
careful.
panty liner
Or,
sponsor.
right, okay, and be careful of riding uncut penises. They will throw off your pH. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I heard this from a homegirl of mine that is a hoe, and she done told me that them uncut ones will throw your pH off. That's the only thing I'm saying. Now,
Well,
listen,
let's
I don't
go.
get into
Let's
JJ.
go. Let me tell you why. Let's tell you why, because that is true. I learned that also in. Matter of fact, I learned that from a professor. This is funny, in college. And let me tell you what class this was. This was
History.
what type of class was it? It was like a speech and motivation class. It had nothing to do with health. But she was just like sitting there talking to the females. And she was a younger teacher, a little bit maybe older than us in college. So she was getting her teaching degree. So she was basically a teacher's aide. But she was just talking to girls on campus. So the issue is those who are not circumcised, the dirt gets into
Mm-hmm.
the folds of the skin. And women, with our organs being on the outside, our organs are very sensitive. So a man is not circumcised, he needs to take a shower and wash every time before he inserts a female because it can throw your pH off. Because, not saying he's a dirty man, but throughout the day, dirt is going to get in the fold of those crevices. So you have to keep it
Mm-hmm.
clean, or he needs to keep some baby wipes on him and wipe him down. Baby wipes that are unscented, because you can't put the scented kind around a female because it can cause some type of infection. So it needs to be unscented, hypoallergenic wipes, or you just it is what it is. Just go to the Summer's Eve aisle and get the female wipes. That if hey, it don't mean you feminine, you just keeping it clean. So he
Mm-hmm.
but that's the issue. Uncircumcised men have extra skin that causes that, and dirt gets in there, and anything that's not clean going into a woman's organ throws their pH off, which causes smells. And also, the other thing is a woman has to eat right? Because anything that comes in is gonna come out. Anything you eat bad is coming out. It is what it is. No vaginal wipes,
And
no wash is gonna stop it. It's coming out.
in the words of my amazing mother, I'm going to tell y'all a story. And I want you to, this is going to bless you women. I want you to understand this. My mother, and she would tell you this story. I had to get on the air one night. My mama told me one day when I was in elementary school, she took me to work with her, and it was bring your kid to work. Bring your kid to work day. Okay. I went to work, and my mom was an accountant at a big firm in Alabama. And she managed 20 women. She told the women, after lunch, there's going to be a meeting, and the meeting is going to be until the end of the day. So I'm going to let y'all take an hour and a half for lunch. And my mother stood in front of 20 women, and this is what she said. She said, ladies, do not go on your lunch break and have fish for lunch. Because if you go on your lunch break and eat fish, and then you come back smelling like fish,
You will be
no one is going to ask you, did you have fish for lunch? That's the only thing I'm going to say. I'm going to leave that right there. I'm not going to go no further than that, but I'm just going to say, she said, if you go on lunch and you eat fish, I'm telling y'all. So ladies, the moral of that story is this. I'd go to lunch and have fish for lunch. Because if you come back to work smelling like fish, no one is going to ask you, did you eat fish for lunch? Alana, listen, I'm just trying to help. Why are you always thinking that I'm being nasty?
For those who are listening to the sound of our voice that may have products that pertain to the vaginal area, we would love to have you on as a sponsor. Sponsor us, and we will promote your product because we believe in vaginal health.
Yes, if you have coochie spray, if you have, a coochie baby wipe.
We don't need sprays. That's gonna make it worse. We need sprays. No sprays.
I mean, some girls just don't have no water accessible. You gotta run a baby wipe over that thing or something.
Baby
like
wipes
you gotta keep it.
But we don't need nothing that's gonna spray because that's gonna cause more infections. No sprays. Stay away from sprays. Those who are spraying perfume in that area that causes infections, speak to a gynecologist. They will tell you, stop spraying your Victoria's Secret alcohol down there. Your so sexy Victoria's Secret perfume down there it throws your pH off. I know some of y'all young girls are listening. Y'all millennials, I'm here to tell you, you can go talk to a gynecologist. If you've never been a gynecologist before, you need to go to one and ask questions. They will tell you you are not supposed to put any type of perfumes down there that messes with the balance, and you wondering why you scared to sit a certain way. You gonna keep your legs crossed the whole day because
that thing is tangy.
How did we get here?
Girl, okay, you know what? Here's the thing. If you have any kind of female hygiene products, please reach out to us at radio@interstateliveradio.com. Again, that's radio@interstatelive.com. We would love to advertise your JJ products on Interstate Live. We are not ashamed. I will talk about coochies all day, girl, because even though I'm a openly gay man, girl, I love a good coochie. Now, speaking of coochies, Lee Daniels said that he is beyond embarrassed after supporting our favorite coochie, Jessie Smollett. Now, Elaine, you got so quiet. Empire co-creator and executive producer Lee Daniels is finally about his feelings regarding the Jessie Smollett hate crime, and I'm throwing my quotation marks up next to my head, hate crime. He opened up to Vulture magazine in a very candid interview that was published on June the 11th, saying that he was, quote, beyond embarrassed. I think that when it happened, I had a flash of me running from bullies. I had a flash of my whole life, of my childhood, my youth, and getting beaten up. Of course, there's some doubt. Okay. He said that he still tensely in hope that Jesse could be telling the truth, but he says that there could be some doubt. And he's telling you that because he loves him so much, that is the torture in him right now that's pulling him out basically side to side, whether he believes him, because it literally is what happened to his, it's literally, if it were to happen to your son or your child, that's how you would feel. You would feel torn about it. He said it's been a very, very painful thing for him to deal with because he really wants to believe Jussie, but he can't. And that's pretty much the yes and no of it. He opened up to Vulture about it. But here's the thing, y'all. And that's what his name is, Big Daddy something on Instagram. He didn't come out in defense of Jussie from the beginning. He did a FaceTime shot. He did a FaceTime face-to-face video with him on iPhone. As soon as the incident happened when Jussie was in the hospital from getting allegedly attacked by them two big, buff, African, thugged out, full-size, 300-pound man machines that had allegedly beat him up, and he only retained one scar. Yeah. And of course, Big Daddy, aka, Lee Daniels, decided to take a screenshot and share it online and say that he talked to Jussie and wink, 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 wink. Here's that. So we already know that what Lee Daniels was in it for, because Lee Daniels owed, who was that dude Lee Daniels owed that money to?
Yes, Damian Dash. Damian Dash. Will, what happened? You there, Will? All right, we probably lost Will for a minute. We're gonna get Will back, but yeah, so stay tuned, stay locked, don't go anywhere. Right here, Interstate Live 101.9, giving you the hits and so much more, giving you the news you can use while you cruise down the interstate. None other than Interstate Live, baby.
Your number one hit station in town.
Down the interstate.
I do it. Same old, just a different day. Out here trying to get it each and every way. Mama need a house, baby need some shoes. Times are getting hard. Guess what I'ma do? Hustle, hustle, hard. Hustle, hard. Hard. Closed mouths don't get fed on this boulevard. Can I big bank in my pocket? Double up with my profit. See then I cop it. Give me that, there and that dropping, homie. Hold up with my mojo. People whipping that logo. 24s and they low pro. I bet you I know so. Ain't no doubt about it. Riding around with that rocket. Loaded up and I cock it. Send about a couple off in your noggin. Hear them 808s and they knocking. Whole club and they rocking. Rose in them buckets. All my homies up in here vibing. To my household. Real I die for. Creeping off in that Tahoe. All about that large on. Don't stop the party. We be getting all that. Oh, Kim Wasabi. Homies chiefin' like a Marley. Cause it's the same old. Just a different day. Out here trying to get it each and every way. Mama need a house, baby need some shoes. Times are getting hard. Guess what I'ma do? Hustle, hustle, hard. Hustle, hard. Hard. Closed mouths don't get fed on this boulevard. Okay, now all I know is hustle. Get it off the muscle. Black is my attire, keep them sticks off in that cupboard. I be going hard, I'm going hard. I just hit the mall. You just swipe the card, I'm with a couple Latin broads. I just do menage. You other guys telling lies, homie, free money. AG, you pay me. Swagging in my saline. Two-door coupe Mercedes. I am too much for you busters. I don't trust them. Once I fuck them. Lustin' never love them, they won't play me for no sucker. Play me for no Alpha, Zeta, Omega, better know I'm really on it. Driving better on it, money is involved. Better know I'm on it, and that's wording to my mother. Gotta get it one way or another. I put that on my brother. I'm out here on the come up, but it's same old, just a different day. Out here trying to get it, each and every way. Mama need a house, baby need some shoes. Times are getting hard. Guess what I'ma do? Hustle, 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 hard, hustle, 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 hard, hustle, 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 hard. Closed mouths don't get fed on this boulevard. Woo! Bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. It's hard to yell when the barrel's in your mouth. Come on. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Hey. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Yeah. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Hey. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
VIP coming live from the VIP. Heard the nightlife, lost life without me. Most feds in the state wanna see by me. The whole city got pissed, heard he got 3. That other rapper got a hit, but shouted he not out. Who set the city on fire soon as he got free? The king back now. Raws don't even know how to act now. Hit the club, strippers getting naked before I sat down. Still ballin', money stacked tall in shack now. Still push a button and let the roof on the lag down. I'm on the road doing shows, put my Mac down. Mississippi to Philly, Albuquerque to Chat Town. I got the crowd yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All my hot girls yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All the dope boys yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Front to back, they yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. It's a get with other southern rapper hooded than this. I got rich and I'm still in a hooligan clique. You be rapping by blow, I don't move in the brick. You talk about shooting out, now we're doing it quick. If I hit you in the face, you gon' be suing me quick. If I catch another case, I know it truly be missed. So I'ma keep a cool head, stay out of the news headlines, and show these other rappers it's bedtime. It's clear to see that I'm ahead of my time. I cop the chromed out, hard top career with a shine. I got some time, they ain't nothing, I get better with time. Who got a flow in a live show better than mine? I got a packed house yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All my hot girls yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All the dope boys yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Front the back, they yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. You wanna beef with the king? What is you gon' do when you show up on the scene with the 2 guns drew on you and your friend and play a little 2-on-2? If you do half of what I do, you'll be hitting the deck. I got a tool and a vest, I can get some respect. I'ma make it hard for another sucker to flex. Show 'em this ain't the squad or a sucker to test. Pimp, my too large and we way too fresh. Work well with and quick to check a lane like a game of chess. You wanna be better, bring your best. Cause we be standing in your front yard yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All my hot girls yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All the dope boys yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Front the back, they yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Oh, front yard yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All my hot girls yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All the dope boys yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Front the back, they yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Oh. Right? Yeah, but dig, there's been a lot of hate going on, okay? So let me holler at you something. First of all, look at here, dog. Hey. See me.
Come on. Hot, sicker than your average. Papa twist cabbage off instinct. Don't think, stink, pink gators. My Detroit players. Tim's for my hooligans in Brooklyn. That's dead right. If the head right, Biggie there, air night. Papa been smooth since days of under rules. Never lose, never choose to. Bruce Cruz who? Do something to us. Talk, go through us. Girls want to us, wanna do us. Screw us, who us? Yeah, Papa and Pump. Close like Starsky and Hutch. Stick to clutch. Yeah, I squeeze 3 at your cherry M3. Bang every MC easily. Take that. Recently, frontin' ain't saying nothing, so I just speak my peace. Keep my peace. Cubans with the Jesus peace. With my peace. Packing, asking who want it. You got it, flaunt it. That Brooklyn, we on it.
Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. And I just love your flashy ways. Guess that's why they're broken, you're so fake. Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. And I just love your flashy ways. Guess that's why they're broken, you're so fake.
I put the NY onto DKNY. Miami, DC, prefer Versace. All Philly No, it's Moschino. Every cutie with the booty for the coochie. Now who's the real dookie? Meaning who's really the rod? Frank White push the 6 on the Lexus LX 4.5. Bulletproof glass tips if I want some. Gon' blast squeeze first. Ask questions last. That's how most of these so-called gangsters pass. That last. Rapping about some bras, menage a trois. Some expensive cars that still leave you on the pavement. Condo paid for, no car payment. At my arraignment, note for the plaintiff. Your daughter's tied up in the Brooklyn basement. Face it, not guilty. That's how I stay true. Richer than rich, so you come and get me. Come on.
Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. And I just love your flashy ways. I guess that's why they're broken, you're so fake. Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. And I just love your flashy ways. I guess that's why they're broken, you're so fake.
I can fill you with real millionaires. That's cargo, my cargo, 160, swiftly, wreck it by your new one. Your crew run, your crew run. I know you sick of this name brand with flows, girl, stay heat, sweet like licorice. So get with this, it's easy, girlfriend, here's a bit. Call me round 10, come through, have on rubs, that's Persian. Come up to your job, hit you while you're working, for certain. I'm a freaking, not speaking, leave that leaking like rapper demo. Tell them, take their clothes off slowly. Kill them with the force like Kobe. Black like Kobe. Watch me roam like Romy. Lucky they don't owe me. Where to say, show me. Homie.
Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. And I just love your flashy ways. I guess that's why they're broken, you're so fake. Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. And I just love your flashy ways. I guess that's why they're broken, you're so fake. Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. And I just love your flashy ways. I guess that's why they're broken, you're so fake. Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. And I just love your flashy ways. I guess that's why they're broken, you're so fake.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. Know you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. Know you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy. Them more mistakes are gone, I won't do them no more. That's old news, that's new news. I done did that before. I turn nothing to something. My comeback on 100. Let's talk it, more action. You just gon' see coming. I just keep elevating. No losses, just upgrading. My lessons made blessings. I turn that into money. They gotta never settle. This view is so much better. I'm chilling, I'm winning, like on another level. Oh, you can talk all you want. See me as a prayer, nothing I'm afraid of, and I can have it all. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. Know you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. Know you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy. They freeze get dropped like weight. Team love don't want no hate. I'm grinding, I'm shining, up, I'm on my way. They gotta never settle. This view is so much better. I'm chilling, I'm winning, like on another level. Oh, you can talk all you want. See me as a prayer, nothing I'm afraid of, and I can have it all. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. Know you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. Know you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy. All this sauce so level, on another level, elevate your level. yummy all in your tummy. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. No, you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy.
Down the interstate, down the interstate.
You're tuned to Interstate Live right here with your girl, Lena Sanders, on 101.9. Give you the news you can use while you're cruising down the interstate. Give you the music you need to succeed as we are giving you the hits and so much more. My boy Will had to go. He had to do his thing, but we're going to come back. We're going to give you that story about Lee Daniels because I already knew that it was going to be funny. Okay. So we're going to make sure we come back with that. Stay tuned. Stay locked to 101.9 Interstate Live. Remember, you can listen to us on 20 plus networks as well as listen to us live right here, InterstateLiveRadio.com, iHeart Radio, Spotify, Google Music, TuneIn, which is also Alexa and Amazon. Google, if you also have Google Home, you just say, hey, Google, play 101.9 Interstate Live Radio. Hey, Alexa, if you on Amazon, play 101.9 Interstate Live Radio, and it will play right there on all of your networks, Spotify, everywhere. Stay tuned, stay locked right here, Interstate Live, and we're out.
Just get on down.
The internet has changed, so should the way you bank. PNC Virtual Wallet for digital banking. It's time for a change. Now through July 10th, earn up to $300 when you open and use a select new virtual wallet product. Simply establish a qualifying direct deposit and make 10 purchases with a PNC Visa debit card. To learn more, visit the PNC Ansley Mall branch or pnc.com/checking offer. PNC Bank. Make today the day. Visa is a registered trademark of Visa International Service Association and is used under license. PNC Bank National Association member FDIC.
This is Brad Milkey of ABC's Start Here podcast. Pop quiz. How green is your workspace? Using power save mode on your computer? Unplugging electronic chargers for cell phones and laptops when they're not in use? Is there an Energy Star bulb in your lamp? Have you moved furniture and other objects away from air vents? If you've answered yes to all these, congratulations on your energy efficiency. If not, consider making these small adjustments for a greener workspace.
This ABC Business Update was brought to you by Georgia Power.
Your number one hit station in town.
Listen to this station on your smartphone. Download the app now on Google Play Store.
Subscribe to us as you leave a positive review on iTunes.
We're available on all app stores. Find us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.